it keeps going. Sorry about this. It's taking longer than it should. Really. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, why did you decide to post your profits on Facebook?
For a number of reasons. Partly it's because I decided to post what I'd taken last week on Facebook. Partly because I occasionally moan on Facebook and I and it lets off steam in a way. And usually one or two people might like it or not like it. But I never expected the response it did get. But the other reason why I did it was because there are a lot of people who earn probably 4 times, 5 times as much as small shopkeepers. Small shopkeepers are not high earners, but it's always assumed they are. People see, I think, a direct correlation between money going into the till, and they think that shopkeepers keep all of it, or that it happens all day, and just because the person in front of them has paid for something, it happens when the shop's open and up until they close, and they're taking money all the time, but they aren't. There's nothing like that. So I wanted to be honest about the sort of money that we were taking, and so I put down figures like I took £7.50 on Thursday. That's what I took on Thursday, all day, opening at 9 and closing at 6.
What did you actually expect to happen as a result of?
I didn't expect anything to happen as a result of it. I never do. I'm always a bit chary about social media, I suppose. Sometimes it gets a little bit of a response. However, this time it was extraordinary what did happen.
And what was the response?
Response was generally very, very positive. It's quite extraordinary. I mean, the Wednesday, Thursday and Friday last week, I didn't really make a wage at all once you'd taken into account, if you take £7.50, over half of that is the cost of the books, there's heating and lighting. I didn't take anything and probably made a loss by opening that day. But Saturday, it suddenly got fairly busy, not hugely busy, but the number of people came in, said they'd seen the Facebook site and wanted to support me, 2/3 of whom had never been in the shop before, and said that they didn't know we were here and had just discovered us as a result of the Facebook site. It was very gratifying, and it was probably about the best Saturday I've ever had.
Right. What do you think are the benefits of an independent bookshop over supermarkets and online sites like Amazon?
Supermarkets, there are lots of benefits that local shops have, local independent bookshops have over both Amazon and supermarkets. Supermarkets generally only sell the top 20, and once it's out of the top 20 they stop selling it. So therefore, if you're looking for a novel that's published in the 1920s, the 1950s, even last year, you aren't going to find it there. They have a very limited range, and whilst they cut price some of the celebrity biographies and some of the very, very top 10 fiction, they're not going to do a great deal else. Amazon, you don't get an online sales generally. You're not going to get the personal service that a bookseller can provide. He or she can recommend someone, another writer. You can get a little bit of information about the book. That you can be. Some people come into me and say, "Oh, have you got writers such as so and so?" And I can say, "Yes, yes. Well, how about trying X or trying Y?" Then also, a number of people who say to me, "Have you got a book that you can recommend for my father?" And knowing I don't know their father, or I don't know, it's quite extraordinary. But you tease out a bit of information from them, and you get that dialogue going, and the response is wonderful as well. Sometimes customers go, "That book was a great success. It really worked," and you've got that knowledge of books which you're not going to get online. And you're looking at people look at the shelves and they see a range of books here, and they'll find something they never thought they wanted. And that's the beauty of a book that no one's ever read, they've never heard of before, and it catches their interest. And you're not going to, however complex online sales are going to be, they're never really going to do that.
They're not going to be able to do an algorithm for all that.
No, they're not. No.
Okay.